Hi guys.
Hello.
You hear me? Excellent.
Hello.
Hello. And I'm sharing the deck. Do you see it as well? I hope.
Yes, you can see.
Okay. Excellent. So I spent some time today to summarize the draft of the Identus roadmap in one place because currently we have a couple of ticket management systems, two GitHub projects under Identus and Midnight, and Jira under the Lace. And I don't know what's going to be used for delivering the Mycelia project. But overall, we can get the high-level overview of what is going to be planned in this year. So please take a look and add anything that I missed.
We can have a look after.
Huh?
We can have a look after to that draft.
Oh, up to, yeah. And as this is the first meeting in this 2026 year, I guess it does make sense to wait 5 minutes. I propose to start in 3 minutes. I mean, right now. Do you agree?
Yeah.
We can make recording, clarify some questions, and figure out how to proceed with all the stuff. So for everyone who's going to watch the recording, welcome to the first community meeting of the Hyperledger Identus platform. Happy New Year, Happy Christmas. Wish you all the best, and let's make this 2026 year awesome for all of us. As you know, there is antitrust policy notice about the rules, how to behave in this meeting, and the code of conduct that I would recommend you to take a look if you forgot. But it's about everything good that all good vibes that we have to share here. And the agenda of this first meeting, as you know, probably we just back from holidays and we are finalizing the things that we left in 2025 year. We're drawing the line and we are planning the roadmap for 2026. And the draft of the roadmap, it's a draft because we have initiatives that were planned a couple of months ago, like proof of humanness for Discord, and we started some preparation, architecture, and R&D activities under this epic with Blaze team in 2025 year. And over this year, we are planning to deliver this initiative together with other activities. And I tried to define categories of the initiatives which are slightly related but overall independent from each other, where we are planning to focus our attention and together with community, Lace team, Midnight team, and any other teams that are going to collaborate with us, we are planning to deliver these things. So 5 initiatives. First of all is Lace ID and proof of humanness for Discord. We mentioned this last year, but it's all about integrating the Identus platform with within the Lace wallet. So Lace ID is the part of the Lace wallet with SSI capabilities, PrismDid, verifiable credentials, and protocols, secure storage, and other things. And the UI that is going to be delivered for 3 target platforms. I mean, 2 mobiles and web. Midnight SSI capabilities. We started this initiative around a year ago, together with Pat Tralish and other engineers. And over this period of time, we are planning to make Midnight DIT at everything related to decentralized identity for the Midnight network production ready. And we are planning to start R&D activities and reference implementation of the Midnight verifiable credential, which is going to have a particular limitation based on the Midnight compact language. Yeah. Third initiative is a solution for the universities of Mexico. So Lay's team has agreement with company in Argentina to build the solution using the Lace ID powered by Identus platform for universities. So it's going to be regular issuer, verifier, and Lace wallet as identity wallet for the students of universities in Mexico. We are not sure if it's going to be a Lace crypto wallet. Probably it might be the white box solution powered by a Lace platform V2, which allows you to enable and disable particular capabilities and build the wallet with different UI and different features based on your needs. And the fourth and fifth items, probably sooner or later, we will merge it based on the feedback of our product manager and Identus engineers. But it's regular activities that we used to do, Identus platform maintenance and adoption. It includes a number of features that I will list later in this document, but overall, that's general responsibilities and things that we are doing with Identus platform. I isolated fifth category and called it Identus Platform Excellence because we started to think about improving our code base by applying for particular code quality criteria and project quality criteria under Linux Foundation and apply for particular certification. We can start with the European Digital Identity Wallet certification and make our platform compliant with these standards. I believe that it's going to improve the Identus platform attractiveness and adoption among other projects. And any questions for now? Shailesh or Roberto? Hi, Roberto. Or I
Hello.
can-
Yeah, no, not so far. It's good stuff.
Okay, excellent. Then second level of details. If we open Lace ID proof of humanity, Javi did awesome job by decomposing the tickets and yep, the backlog is really well defined. But overall, it's going to be the integration with a Discord server using Discord plugin with self-run identity capabilities, mostly Prism did, and verifiable credential verification logic. It's going to be a layer for integration layer with Didit. And Didit is a platform that allows you to perform proof of humanness. And based on this result of proof of humanness, we're going to issue the verifiable credential that will prove that you are human. And these verifiable credentials are going to be issued to the Lace ID, I mean Lace wallet, and use it within the Discord or probably any other dApps in the future to prove that you are human. So overall, TLDR, we need to properly integrate Identus platform components into the Lace wallet, which means and develop the foundation for the Lace ID, and design and implement the UI for Identity Center in the Lace wallet, and implement 2 layers of integration with Didit and with a particular Discord server. Oh, I forgot to say, we're going to use secure bot, as far as I remember. Correct me if I'm wrong, Fabian.
Yeah.
I just-
So about this project, one of the questions that I have is, so the way that you explained here is very specific to a use case, but the underlying technology is like fully open. So is there a way for us to incentivize the community to build other things that are not dedicated to this use case? So basically, we'll have an issuer that will check the some credential, the ID card or something, and the security bot guys want to integrate that to have a proof that that person is unique and not just a easy way to create multiple Discord accounts. But I'm wondering if we could incentivize the community to build other type of claims and to integrate in other type of Discords, because the underlying technology is very open. So I think we should consider that.
I fully agree with you, and I believe that we'll figure out how to make particular use cases and solution part of the Identus platform, so everyone else can reuse it, as well as Lace wallet in the scope of Lace City. So let's do this. Roberta?
Yeah. So my question is, what's the level of assertion from Lace ID regarding humanness? Like, is there some KYC? What's the process to get, that check, basically?
So the KYC is done by a DID platform. So it's an external system that we choose this one. I don't know what was the criteria, but basically the point is to issue some credential. It doesn't.
Okay.
We could have used any other, but yeah.
Okay. So the idea is you have a Lace wallet and you go through some sort of KYC that just tells you you're just human. That's the only assertion that you need to have, I guess, or maybe over certain age or whatever it fits the credential that we need for the Discord. And then you get a credential, right, from this system, and that's the one that you use for Discord, I guess.
Yeah. So I'm trying to be careful the way that we pick the words, because it's the issuer is supposed to be a different identity than the holder. So it's not the Lace is issuing a KYC. Like there's another entity that we will build a issue for it that is
It's a
using
self-issuance baked from the KYC. So this KYC provider gives you a credential or no?
They don't give you exactly the credential, so we need to build the interface that issues the credential, the credential that we are used to. They just do the verification and they give you the information in a JSON. So this is like the traditional way that the companies do this in the web. So they just call the service and they give you the information. The point is that let's build a deed for this deed, and let's issue credentials. But for the user, we should explain that is it completely separated from Lace. So this is the way that I see it, at least. So it should be 2 legal different identities. So they shouldn't pass information from the issuer to the holder, that is Lace, or to the verifier pod, to the verifier. That is not what the user wants to share. So it should be selective disclosure. Yeah.
Who is the issuer?
So we will build integration for this. So we will issue like the point now is that we just build a backend service that the user can go there and they will issue to your wallet. So, and the wallet will be Lace. That's the point. But in terms of legal identities, they should not share information the way that I see it. So we the same way that maybe the issue, as long as we trust the issuer can go anywhere asking for a credential. And they can share with anyone that wants to verify that trust that issue. So the underlying technology is what we are using. It's not.
Okay, so there's going to be an Identus issuer, right?
Yes.
Yeah, basically something like that.
Yeah, okay. And then you will have your Lace wallet, or the user will have a Lace wallet, and you want to go through the process. You know, open some link or QR code or whatever it is, takes you to this verification process. That Identus checks against that, gives you a credential to your wallet, and then you use that credential to basically verify yourself against Identus again or any other one. And you have like in the Discord a badge or something. I don't know. We'll figure that out.
Something like that. And then the security bot would trust this issuer, so would be hard coded at this point. Yeah, would work something like that, as you described.
Okay. Yeah, that makes sense. Cool.
Yep. Thank you, Fabio, for explanation and Roberto for your questions. The overall solution should be generic. So Fabio is right. We have a specific requirement to simplify everything by using DID, but it might be any other proof of humanness provider later. And this verifiable credential issuer application is going to be developed by us, and I will insist to do this under the Hyperledger Identus project to make it available for everyone else. And Discord is just a use case that we are aiming to develop first. But overall, anyone can use this credential in any dApps or any other services. Cool. Okay, Midnight SSI capabilities. As you know, Pat, Chalish, and me were involved into Midnight Git demo and Midnight Git Resolver components of the Midnight network. We are going to make this component production ready, and together with Midnight Foundation, open source these components. Make it a part of the Midnight platform release. Design Midnight verifiable credential and verifiable presentation based on the limitation of the compact language, and sooner or later integrate the Midnight DID and the verifiable credentials into the Identus platform and Lace ID. This is high-level overview and plans for this year. Unfortunately, we cannot. This GitHub project and repositories are currently private, but we'll do our best to make it public as soon as everything is ready, past some security checks, audit, and other stuff. Any questions?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So what's the first like use case for SSI? Like it's what are you integrating really with Midnight? What's the end goal here with that integration?
The end goal is that all dApp developers and guys with Identity Wallet can use can create a Midnight DID in the same way as Prism DID. So Midnight DID is just another DID method that we are working on. And they can use W3C verifiable credentials, and we are thinking about a specific credential type that works in the Kachina compact language with particular limitation. And the interesting thing about these credentials is that Midnight blockchain and compact language has built-in zero-knowledge proof and privacy-preserving capabilities.
Okay, quick question. Does this mean that the Midnight DID will live in the Midnight network, in
Yes.
that blockchain? Okay.
Yes.
So it's a new DID format that lives in the Midnight blockchain and is private by default?
Sorry?
Is it private by default? Like it's not publicly, it's not like in Cardano where every data is just published on chain and everyone can see the payload, right?
Oh, in this implementation, DID method implementation, everyone can get the public key material and associated services and any other details of the DID method using the smart contract.
Okay.
So the smart contract is a kind of structure that you define in the Midnight network. And in this structure, we store public keys, service endpoints, and other attributes.
So that contract, it's like being encoder for the date that goes on chain.
Yep.
Okay. But at the same time, is it publicly available? Does anyone can read from that?
Yes.
To resolve it? Okay.
Yep.
So now my question will be, what's the difference or the advantage of storing the Midnight DID on that network? Or it's just to use the network compared to what we already have with Prism on Cardano? I want to understand what's the key difference, what we unlock from the data on the other chain.
Yeah, I can elaborate this. So yeah, first of all, having a DID method in your native chain means that you have you don't need to use another blockchain, and you don't have dependency to another blockchain. So the aim of creating new Midnight DID method was to build the right Midnight network ecosystem and have a built-in SSI capabilities. And the second reason for building new Midnight DID is job cryptography. The compact language built on Kachina specification is using job signatures.
Okay.
Heavily, I would say. And it's not SECP 256K1, AD 255.
Basically, it is more like performance-wise, it can work within the contract of Midnight. So because it normally ED25519 and they are like heavy cryptography, so they cannot be verified within the circuit, and circuit is like mathematical formation of some assertions. And these assertions, for example, you can SECP 2519 is quite heavy, so you cannot assert anything or decode because its limits are higher, whereas the job cryptography is more mathematical and it is fits within that curve boundaries. So I think that's the advantage, basically. But as of Yuri mentioned, it will be resolvable publicly anywhere.
Okay, right. Because that then if I understand correctly, that will be similar to the CKP circuits.
Yes, exactly. So it will enable the zero knowledge proof verifications and all those things.
Right. Okay. Cool. That's great.
So that's are you saying that's a mobile friendly circuit performance wise, but it can't use a secure enclave, right?
Because I think in the ZKP things, right, everything is always private only by default. So what you prove is what get executed in the circuit. So what assertion you are trying to do. So for example, if you issue a credential within a ZKP and you have the credential, right, by default, when you try to use it, like for example, if you want to prove age greater than 18, you use that time only that part of the assertion, and that's it. That's what is exposed. So everything is always hidden only by default. So like, for example, say assume like a normal JWT credential, you have it, but if you want to say someone wants to assert it, right, you need to expose the credential, right? Whereas here you don't need to expose the credential itself, because you can just assert like, okay, I have this information, and you can verify, because that will be verified using ZKP. And I think the verification is a bit different as well. It is done by the validator itself. So like the blockchain which runs them.
So who runs the verification? The other wallet or the chain?
So the verification happens in two stages. One is the actual when you compile the circuit and you create at one time, when there's a proof server which will create a proof for what you are asserting. So for example, you're saying I'm greater than 18. So proof server will go to the mathematics and create a proof. And that proof then gets, when you publish it to the blockchain, right, thing, that time the validators will again verify it. What you are saying is correct. If the validation fails, then it won't get published, so it gets rejected. But if the validation successful, then it is available there.
Right. So you have pre-baked proof on chain.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, this is interesting. Okay, so this means you could assert a credential without the consent of the holder.
Without the consent of verifiers.
Not the holder. Holder will be always the holder who is doing this, right? Itself.
Oh, so only the holder can. Hold on. So you have all right. So I'm a verifier, and I want to assert that circuit. I want to understand. Like right now, you need the holder to create a proof and then send it to you, and exchange and all that.
Yeah.
But this other thing, it has pre-baked proof available on chain. When you create your circuit and you create the assertions for that, right? But the way to access that, it's still through an exchange, to a signed exchange between the holder and the verifier, or no?
No. So I think it's a little bit different. Okay, so basically what you create is a proof, and you okay, so there is so you yourself need a proof server, okay, to create a proof for it. So what you are asserting, so you create a proof, and which is nothing but a mathematical expression happens in the background, and it creates the proof. And when you create this proof and you publish to say to the chain, what happens? The validators will run that proof. Okay, and then they will verify whatever you said is correct or not. If it is correct, but again, it's mathematical. So there will be always a private input and a public input. So public input gets all verified based on the private input, because it's like mathematical. So if you don't have that private input, you cannot create that proof. Basically, the proof itself won't be created.
Yes. Okay. So this is the first time you need to assert something. You create the proof through the proof server. You submit that to the chain. The verifiers verify that, and then that proof lives on chain, and you can assert that as a verifier.
Anyone.
Now, the next time I want to assert the same thing, I already have the proof on chain. I don't need to go through this, do the same. Is that correct?
Yeah, if you want to assert the same proof, yeah, it will be still available and you can, yeah. But you can put, say, for example, so okay, go on your question first and then I'll say. What is your question?
So no, but basically you can reuse. So the proof that you create and submit on chain could be reused by another verifier.
Yes, it could be.
Okay.
Okay, I have not been involved on this project, but the initial goal, in terms of the difference between having the DID Prism and the DID Midnight, is that, and even this new credential type is for the credential to be a first-class citizen on the blockchain. So when you try to prove something in the deeds, usually it's between two people, right?
Yeah.
But if we achieve, and I still don't know if this is possible or not, with the initial goal is we wanted to achieve is that can you run a proof against the blockchain? So imagine that you are trying to buy something, but you are only able to buy if you are older than 18.
Mm-hmm.
So with the current technology, you need to be talking with between two peers. So they need to be talking and proving stuff with the credentials. But with smart contracts, maybe the smart contract can lay on a very specific credential that is on the blockchain and can validate you automatically. So you generate the proof.
That's
and
interesting.
The proof runs on the blockchain. So you are not talking with someone in specific. You are talking with the blockchain, and that was the initial goal.
And there's usually a fee or something, but I mean,
yeah,
yes, there will be a fee when you submit to that. Yeah,
right. But if I'm a verifier and I want that, to assert that, and you just pay the fee, and you essentially trust the blockchain. And it's mathematically correct. Like everyone knows that what's going on is correct because the math checks out basically.
Yeah.
So
yeah, exactly.
Cool. That's a very interesting new approach. All right. Awesome. Thank you. I now understand a little bit more because I'm not following Midnight so closely. So it was great. Thank you.
It's okay, Roberto. We will keep you posted. And thank you, Fabio. You was absolutely right. The main idea of this DID and VC is to embed all these components into the smart contract with zero-knowledge proof and privacy-preserving capabilities, where you can choose what to share and run this in a zero-knowledge proof circuit. Actually, check it and verify a credential in the smart contract using blockchain. Let's go to the next section. Yep. We have interesting initiative together with the LACE team and with Extremian company from Argentina to deliver self-sovereign solution for the University of Mexico. And it's fully, kind of integration project and solution where we can prove that LACE wallet together with LACE ID powered by Identus platform can issue, verify, and hold credentials and to be used by universities. So it's interesting initiative, and it's mostly integration of all the components and LACE wallet into the solution that will be used by particular universities. The backlog for this initiative is still under development, so I cannot share details. And yep, as outcome, I believe that we will receive some feedback about Identus platform, LACE ID. We can find the gaps and something that is missing, and this initiative might impact our general identity backlog. And I hope that at the end of the year, we will have the new deployment of the Identus platform with the Lace wallet in the Latin America. Cool. The hardest section, guys. And it's everything related to our common duties and things that we used to do with the Identus platform. And I tried to think hard what we are going to do and to compose all these things. In short, we're currently actually working on the documentation portal improvements, including contact forms, links to Discord, GitHub, a new layout section for learning, use cases, and other stuff. Lace team and input-output group technical writers are helping us to improve our documentation portal, and you can find the corresponding tickets under Identus docs repository, and we will announce the changes in the next platform release. Okay? And you are welcome to share your feedback after particular changes. In short, you should notice that Javi started to do this, and probably wrong side. Windows platform. We already removed the blinking logo and started to change the layout. So this work is currently in progress, and the latest version of the documentation portal looks like this. So do you remember this logo? If not, just forget about it. Sorry, forget. Then we need to complete the final milestone of the VDR that we have been working on last year. We successfully delivered the first milestone and the final milestone left. And after this milestone, we're going to properly integrate and adapt a VDR inside of the Identus platform, SDKs and Cloud Agent. So this is one of the, I don't want to use epic, it's a term from Jira, but it's a high-level initiative where we are going to use VDR as a general component and API for storing any resources, including schemas, other stuff, build this VDR into the flows for issues, verification, and other stuff. Questions? Fabio, any comments?
No.
Okay. NeoPrism. As you remember, we mentioned that we're going to deprecate Prism node and use NeoPrism instead of it, just to simplify deployment and cost of maintenance. And at the same time, we're going to use NeoPrism as a part of Lace ID infrastructure. And last year, we started collaboration with the BlockFrost team to add the Prism did resolver API to the BlockFrost API. And we will do our best to expose probably did registrar and VDR API under BlockFrost API. So the first tiny step is Prism did resolver in a BlockFrost API. I believe it's going to be a great achievement. And as we're going to ship NeoPrism images to BlockFrost and use it in the Lace infrastructure, we need to, oh, someone is calling. Fabio, is it your microphone? Or?
Sorry.
Okay, thank you. So Overall, we need to polish the quality of NeoPrism project code and add some performance tests to be able to plan resource allocation during deployment and probably some other aspects like horizontal scaling, load balancing, etc., and implement basic integration with observability tools like Loki, Prometheus, Grafana. We are currently collecting these requirements from Block Frost team and from Lace SRE engineers who are going to support these services. So at the end of this journey, NeoPrism should be robust and production-ready company. Any questions? Cool. As you know, we have VCDM 2.0 initiative, and Gonzalo already started this implementation in the Swift SDK. I believe that it might be required either for Mycelia or for Lace AD project to switch to verifiable credential data model 2.0 and enable open badges 3.0. Isn't clear for me what is priority of these two items, but I believe that we have to proceed with this and make this new credential type and support VCDM 2.0 in JSON LD, JSON, and SD JWT credential types. Yep. And okay, we are coming to the end. We are going to support Identus community initiatives and feature requests. And in my head, I remember that either Roberto or John asked to return transaction ET of the file operation in the cloud agent and probably NeoPrism. Yep, we remember about this. And at the end of 2025 year, we discussed MPC component for the Identus platform. Roberto is going to lead it, and we will do our best to support this initiative and do this as a community project. And the final part is Identus platform excellence. In the December of 2025, I asked Alan and Chalish to start application for Linux Foundation Scorp badge and other badge. I want to find it like Identus. Oh, this one. Thank you, Alan, for this beautiful to-do list. But in short, we're going to apply for Linux Foundation badges. It's okay, sorry. I slightly wasn't ready for this details, but guidelines, project updates, 2025, and Identus. So we're going to apply for OpenSSF best practices badge and OpenSSF scorecard badge. You can find details of this specification in our reports. Yep, I know that you and Chalish are working on this, and these badges are going to improve the quality of the Identus platform codebase. Yeah. It's a Linux Foundation badge program, we will, at the end of this certification, we will add the corresponding pages to the Identus repositories, and I guess it might be one of requirements for graduating the project under the Linux Foundation and Decentralized Trust. So yes, the second page is this one, OpenSSF. And Gonzalo insisted that we have to apply and complete the European Digital Identity Wallet certification of the Identus platform. I don't know what does it mean for us. It might be not easy, but in Madrid, there was a merge conference, and a couple of people came to the LACE booth and asked if LACE ID and Identus platform are certified in a particular region. As you know, we don't have certifications for now, and we need to start with some certification to make Identus platform more reliable and attractive for anyone who's going to build SSI solutions. I guess I'm done. Any questions, guys? Oh, thank you, Roberto, for your heart. It's a draft, but I believe that at least 70% of the statement that is listed here is going to be a part of our work. And I guess I will share the final roadmap after approving it with our product manager, Midnight Foundation product manager, and whoever is going to be involved. And ping us if you know about some missing parts that should be added and elaborated within this year. We'll really appreciate this. Okay, it's time. Any other questions, proposals, or pre-discussion? No. Okay.
One thing only. So what I saw from this draft is mostly sort of a consolidation year, right? It's like all the things that's going on and being added, and in terms of connecting to other systems and making sure it's all, the finishing up the VDR and all that we have going on. But I didn't saw much of a discussion of any new features of capabilities, or is there any thought, or even if it's not for the draft, is there any discussion, because I want to think a little bit ahead in the future. What's the thought about what capability could be unlocked, what's new, or it's just based on, let's just go Midnight and I'm asking more from a SSI standpoint, where the typical chicken and egg problem is always there, where, this needs more adoption in order to have new features or whatever. But internally, have you discussed anything that could be, this is an interesting new idea that we could explore? Maybe it's not ready for a roadmap or anything like that, but most of what I saw here, it's just consolidating and making sure everything is solid and, supported. And that's awesome. That's great, because that's, a big milestone. But I'm a little concerned that I didn't saw anything like, this is a new thing that we want to try this year. So my question is there any discussion within the team of any sort of new approach or feature or capability or just ideas that might come up?
I believe that VDR, making production-ready VDR, is really important, and it's going to be a new feature of the Identus platform. But in order to make it done, we have to properly integrate it everywhere.
Yes, no, I completely agree with that. But for example, last year the idea was, oh, let's just build a VDR. That was a very cool idea, and now we're seeing like still, some work to be done and all that, but it's there basically. It's like we pull that idea, we push forward, and that was a fresh idea, and it was a big task through all the year, and it's now almost done, and that's amazing. So my question will be, it's any other similar things like, oh, this is like the cool new thing that we want to explore or try it out or whatever, um, regarding SSI capabilities or, whatever it is.
I've got a question. Okay, Fabio, go first.
No, I was just going to say I do want to push for like tooling, like the one that Roberto suggested before, like using AI to so I want to push for that. I didn't have time to experiment with it, and I do want to push for, instead of feature, I prefer to push for use cases and implementations.
Yeah.
Of those use cases, just to show the product working, those features that we already have working. Like, for example, this bot, for me, it's like a great approach for it, because we can just, like, after having that implementation as a specific use case, anyone can go and pick up and do their own implementations.
Yeah. I mean, I agree. I mean, that could be the theme for the year is, okay, we have this great framework. Let's just add use cases. Let's just focus on integrating with Discord or with AI or whatever it is. That could be the focus. Consolidating what we have, what's there, testing and integrating. If there are new businesses or systems or whatever that can rely on Identus, that's awesome.
Yeah.
So
and I know that Javi wanted to do to use the having implementation of the UAE,
you guess.
The thing that Jesus described the protocol like years ago. What is the name of that?
Universal signatures, right?
Yeah. So I know that Javi wanted to push for that. I don't know. So we have different opinions, but yeah, it's open. It's not on the roadmap right now.
Okay, cool.
Roberta, thank you, Fabio. I had a communication with Midnight team. So Midnight components are also going to be kind of innovations that we're going to introduce.
Right.
Using verifiable credentials within the smart contract. And the product managers of the Midnight team mentioned two different terms, product ready and production ready. Product ready is the current stage of the VDR. We implemented it according to well-defined criteria. So you can use it, you see? But we don't use it right now in Identus platform. And we need to check that everything's right, it's bulletproof, tested, and everything works smoothly, which means production ready. Same stuff with the NeoPrism. You can use it right now. Everything works fine. But we don't have the deployment and infrastructure with NeoPrism under AWS, Kubernetes, or any other services. Blockforest asked us who is going to support, how to support it, what monitoring and metrics do you have, which is absolutely the right question, you see. And we have to fill this gap as well. So majority of these components are product ready, but not production ready.
Okay, that's interesting. And also what Fabio said about tooling, and I feel like it's going to be more about, yes, let's try to get this an easier. We try like making easier developer experience, great, but now how do we deploy this? Like this is always like a big challenge. It's a big task to deploy the agent and the keys correctly in production. I've been there, and it took me like a year to get it right. So that whole process, I think it could be very important. Say even AI assisted by setting up the agent, deploy it, have some sort of assistance through this whole process. That could be interesting as an exercise. And if you end up with an agentic, SSI engine that relies on Identus, that kind of self set up, you give some parameters, you give some AWS, keys or whatever you need, and just deploys. That could be super, super interesting. All right. So I got some ideas now. Cool.
Actually, you're right, and Pat invested a lot of efforts into doing this using Nix, OS, and Flakes. And I was really excited. Probably in a couple of weeks, Pat can demonstrate how Nix OS can be used to deploy the Identus.
Like a recipe, like some sort of automated deployment that
Yes. One line
helps you
deployment.
through the whole thing. Yeah. That's really interesting because it's very hard to set it up correctly if you don't know. So yeah, that will be amazing.
It's currently in progress. We have this in NeoPrism and Cloud Agent and Prism Node. It's a one-line deployment where we even deploy the Cardano node in how it's called? Single node network.
Because like if you just follow the instructions from Git, you end up like with two different Cardano nodes in parallel. It's not like one for the wallet, one for the resolvers. And then you realize, oh no, you need to just solidify this in a single sort of deployment. But it's all like they all are siloed. So they're kind of isolated and they resolve their own thing. But there's not like a huge, like you said, like a one-liner that you can just deploy this thing and just ask you what you need to set up or keys or whatever, and then takes care of the whole process. That will be an amazing step forward.
Yep.
Cool.
Docker Compose and Nix can really do a really good stuff here. Let us help us to define the things that you want to see, and we'll figure out how to run the workshop or demo of these features using different configurations.
Cool. Awesome.
Cool. Excellent, guys. We are exactly in time. Thank you for your questions, your feedback regarding this roadmap draft, and see you in 1 week.
Yep.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you, guys.
Yep. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.